Good morning, everyone. Top of my head's a little chopped off. Might be able to hear me better if I'm closer to the camera. Welcome to our restorative rest and reset yoga class this morning. I know it is only 9 o'clock, but if you've already had it up to here today, which I know some people have, it's a tough time for a lot of people. This is a beautiful practice to just reset, wring out all of the tension that's in your body. And again, this will be on Peak's Facebook page and Peak Hayden's YouTube page later. So if there is a time when you feel like you need rest and restorative yoga more than another, this is available for you. Something that I wanted to hop on here a couple of minutes early and say was you should press the pause button just for a minute and grab 2 pillows. The fluffier, the better. Just the thickest, fluffiest pillows you have in your house, because we are going to incorporate those today. Also, if you are a longtime practitioner of yoga and you hear the term restorative, to you that probably means sitting in poses for extended periods of time until you feel like you are just about ready to fall asleep. Maybe only doing 5 or 6 poses per practice at most. We're going to add a few other goodies in today. So this is not a practice that is going to put you to sleep at 9 o'clock in the morning, but it will definitely give you a recharge and a reset and just that rest, calm, restore period where you can kick out of that sympathetic nervous system and go back to kind of the rest and digest and feeling calm and centered part of your day. So we'll leave just a few more minutes for other people to join, and definitely a few more minutes to grab those pillows if you have them. If you have yoga blocks too, I would suggest grabbing a yoga block, maybe a water bottle. Sometimes if you have like a Hydro Flask, those are super sturdy. You can use those to support yourself as well. But do what it takes to create kind of a calm, supportive environment right off the bat here. I don't know what your home looks like. I know that my home is filled with dirty dishes and my son's Legos everywhere, and it's not the most relaxing and restorative environment, but I have my mat. And for just today, for just this time that we have together on the mat, I want you to bring your mind into that few square feet that you have, that you are centered on and that you are sitting on, and let everything else go. If 5 feet ahead of you is pure chaos, then we'll deal with 5 feet ahead of you later. For now, we're going to center ourselves and relax into some beautiful restorative yoga. It is just about 9 o'clock, so if you haven't had a chance to go grab those pillows, I'll wait just a second and give you some time. Take a moment, set up your space, roll out your mat, grab those pillows and blocks if you have them, and we will go ahead and get started. So, sitting together at the center of our mats, taking a simple seated pose to begin with. Again, pillows, blocks, even if you have a super thick blanket. Sometimes those are helpful too, especially for these restorative resetting poses that we're going to do today. Take a moment and center yourself in your space. Figure out where your hips are landing. Are they in the middle of your yoga mat? If this feels kind of tight on those thighs, those hips, go ahead and place either a pillow, fluffy pillow, I told you we're going to use them, or a block underneath your hips. And begin to slowly bring your mind onto your mat. Now is a fantastic time to just close down the eyes, relax and reset. Feeling your hips anchored into the mat beneath you, the pillow beneath you. And as you close down your eyes, begin to feel the dust of the day start to settle. Almost like all of your thoughts, all of those things that have been charging you and stressing you out are the snow in a snow globe. And they are simply falling as you begin to find stillness. Let the sand from your sandstorm of thoughts begin to settle. Drifting down to the ground. Bringing your attention now to the sounds that you hear. Maybe there's something going on outside. Maybe there's still kids running around your house. Maybe the neighbors are mowing their lawn. Maybe you simply hear birds singing. Whatever it is, take a moment and with those eyes closed, simply notice it. No need to change it, no need to process thoughts about it. Just be an observer of that sound. So often, our minds can be compared to wild monkeys chasing cars. So if you can think of your thoughts or the sounds around you as cars on a busy freeway, so often mentally we run after those cars, feeling like we need to stop them or slow them down or do something about them. When really the safest place for you to be is simply sitting on the side of the road, watching those thoughts, those cars as they go by. Releasing that attention on the sounds now, shifting your focus to your breath. Again, no need to change anything, no need to judge anything, just notice. Be a gentle observer of your breath. Where do you feel the breath? Maybe you breathe more into your belly, maybe the top of your lungs. Maybe you feel it more in your clavicle area. Maybe you feel the breath in your low back. It's different for everybody. Take a moment and simply observe the breath. Transitioning your focus now to your heart center, gently bringing your hands together in prayer pose at your heart center, tucking the thumbs into the sternum, sternum into the thumbs. You'll notice as you do that, you just kind of unconsciously straighten your back just a little, rising up through the crown of your head, feeling a little more proud, a little more tall. Just a little more centered. Setting an intention for your practice today. Setting the intention to let things that do not serve you go. Let them float away like clouds in the sky. And Good, circle, sweep those arms out by our sides now, rising all the way up as we anchor through the hips, grow taller through the spine. Really feel that breath coming all the way into the body, filling the lungs, creating space inside of you to process all of the things that you have to deal with. Keep those hands up in the air just for a moment. Bring them back down by your hips, touching the edges of your yoga mat. And I'd like you to sweep the hands forward now along the edges of your yoga mat, kind of tracing your domain, your playground, your center for the next few minutes. Reaching forward as those hips stay anchored. Very slowly tracing around that yoga mat one more time. Bringing the hands back behind you now. Feeling that space that's all yours for the next few minutes. On the exhale, come forward. Rounding forward through the spine, trying to make those exhales and inhales as long and deep as they can possibly be. No benefit to speeding this up at this point. Tracing the edges of your mat, scooping the hands around, reaching back for beautiful, gentle chest opener, chin stays down. Exhale, round it forward again, moving at your own pace. So this is a beautiful time for you to close down your eyes and move with your own breath. I will guide you with my voice. I will be very specific in my coaching today, in my voice cues, so that you can just release. Taking this time, restore a little bit of inner balance. Wherever you're at, we're going to flow through 2 more of those seated cat-cow variations. Opening the chest as the arms reach back, fingertips pull back. And then rounding that spine as you round forward, head and neck, release, let it go. And squeeze in one more wherever you're at. Meeting together in simple seated pose. Taking a moment for everybody to get there. Take your time. Hands gently rest on the knees. Growing taller through the spine, reach the crown of the head up like a beam of light is shooting into the sky above you. As you tighten through that core, let's dive it forward onto our hands and knees. Whew. So this is part of the practice where if you have a pillow or a blanket, I would love for you to place it underneath your knees. I'm going to juggle a couple different props today. Pillows are going to be important. So whatever your knees feel like, I'd like you to give them a little extra support. If you haven't had time to grab a pillow, you're welcome to roll up your yoga mat. Just give those knees a little bit more padding, a little bit more love and support today. Being very gentle and restorative with our bodies. Giving them space to heal, to do the things that they do best. And as you bring those knees onto the pillow or your rolled up mat, make sure that they are underneath your hip for the most part, and that your palms are planted underneath your shoulders for the most part. We're going to pause here, feel that spine elongate, reach the top of the head forward, and then bring that left arm up to the sky, reach up, open up through your chest, pause here, wring out that spine, and then very gently with the exhale, thread it through underneath that right armpit, and come to rest that left shoulder onto your mat. Now, this might be a deep enough pose, keeping that right hand exactly where it is for some people. If you would like deeper shoulder stretch, if you are already feeling that tension, that tightness, all that stress building in your shoulders, you are welcome to inch that right hand forward Just a little bit, releasing the upper body towards the mat just a little bit more. We're going to stay here for a good long 6 breaths. In through the nose, out through the mouth, releasing, relaxing down. Feeling everything fall, feeling that shoulder open. Into your body. And then very slowly coming all the way up, meeting together in that tabletop pose. Wrists underneath the shoulders. Knees underneath the hips, finding a child's pose, letting it go, feeling the hips sink back, letting the head and the neck, everything fall forward. Now, if this is not so comfortable for you, that's where that second pillow can come in handy, or the blocks. Welcome to place a pillow or a block in between the hips and the heels, just to give you a little bit more support. Especially if that low back, those hips are super, super tight. Having those hips sink all the way down can be kind of painful and not very restorative. We want this to be restorative. We want you to have a healthy, happy time while you're here with me today. So you are welcome to place that pillow or those blocks in between those hips and those heels as you let the chest, the head, the neck, everything fall. Then let's come all the way up, tabletop one more time. Bringing that right arm up into the air now. We're going to face away from you for just a moment as we twist, 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 and then thread that right arm underneath the left armpit as you let that right shoulder release and relax. Finding your pose. Maybe this shoulder feels a little bit different. Maybe you need a deeper stretch. Maybe you need to come out of it just a little bit more. Find what feels good. Feel your body relax, release. Feel that tension twist and squeeze out of your shoulder blades. I don't know about you, but that is where I hold all of my tension, is in my shoulders. Sometimes it's nice to just squeeze it out, let it go, and let it all reset. Back up, bringing those hands just a little bit closer, not quite underneath the shoulders this time, as we come in to our very first down dog of the day. So we're going to curl our toes, lift the hips up, and generously keep the knees bent for just right now. So make sure that those heels, no pressure, don't let them touch the ground, don't let them touch the ground. Keep the knees bent. Really focus on pressing in to that upper body as you pedal it out. Feeling strength, a little heat building in the shoulders, the arms maybe. Heat is a beautiful way to release stress and tension. Feels really good. Keep pedaling it out. Breathing in, breathing out, feeling the chest expand and contract, being here in this moment. And then figure out which is your left, which is your right. Let's go ahead and reach that right foot up to the sky. Swing it on through, coming into kind of a runner's lunge with that back knee down. So again, this is where that pillow can come in real handy. Excuse me. It's kind of nice to maybe put that pillow underneath that back left knee. Sometimes that feels really good. You are welcome to curl the toes in the back, or if it feels better on that knee, go ahead and release the top of the foot down, kind of like the laces of your sneakers are pressing against the floor. And take a moment to just settle into your hips. Again, if you've got the blocks or a big water bottle, this can be really helpful. Sometimes this is a little tight. We're wringing out tension. We are feeling deep, deep stretches today. But to do that, we don't want to hurt our body. It's really easy to just bend yourself into a pretzel and feel like you're doing something good. And man, that is not what yoga is all about. Yoga is not about being able to touch your toes. It's about what you learn on the way down. So finding that center, finding that stability, making sure that foot feels solid. The knee is right over the ankle. Let's keep that block right there. We'll keep it handy. And once you're feeling good, go ahead and rise up. Feel that breath flow in through the lungs as you extend all the way up. Especially if that hip is a little tight, you're welcome to hinge forward just a little bit in this modified warrior one. And we're going to pause here. Hold it here. In through the nose, sigh it out through the mouth. In my classes, I do not mind loud breathers. It tells me that you are breathing, and especially now that you're in your own home. You guys, man, breathe as loud as you want. That breath is your fuel, your fire. Feel it recharge you. Feel it bring fresh energy into your body. And then our next exhale, sigh those arms out, open up into a warrior two. Giving the video, giving your home a big old hug, or at least opening your arms wide enough to do so. Open through your chest, press those shoulders back like you're pinching a pencil in between your shoulder blades. It's gonna give that shoulder, that upper back a nice little squeeze, little hug, little love. Feel just a little bit looser, back there. My tongue is obviously not quite loose yet. By the time the practice is over. Beautiful, hold it here. Gaze over those right fingertips. And then gently bring those right fingertips, those right thumbs, up as you reach taller for a nice little side stretch along the back here. Now you might be feeling some strength build in the hips by this point. That's good. You're gonna build some heat to release all that tension. Reach tall before you reach back. Grow taller. Leave this practice more proud, bigger, more expansive, taller than you came in. Let it benefit your mind, your body. Windmill the arms around. Back into that warrior two. Bring both hands to the heart center. Gaze or aim that heart over that knee. We're going to connect that left hand to that block that you left on the ground. That block, that water bottle, whatever it is, coming into a very gentle kneeling twist. So bring that left hand down. You can bring the right hand to the hip. Or if you want a little bit more of a wringing out through that low back, a little bit more of a squeeze, I'm going to turn my attention away from you now as I gaze towards the back and reach my hand up. Pause here. Hold it here. Maybe you want a deeper twist. You can bring that block down, or even put your hand all the way on the floor. Wringing everything out through that low back, through those hips. There is not going to be any tension left by the time we're done. Go ahead and bring everything back around. Hands are on the ground or on those blocks. Go ahead and gently straighten that left leg. Oh, coming into a nice hamstring stretch there. If you'd like to deepen it, you can bring the toes up towards your nose. Trying to connect the two. Not gonna happen for me today, maybe you. We'll see. Let's be honest, we won't see. We're doing it on a video. So your body is in your control. You pick your poison today. You figure out what your body needs. Key into it, tune in. As you pause, hold, breathe, release, feel the stretch, and then come all the way forward. Let's bring that knee back. And we're gonna come into a down dog. Option for child's pose if down dog is not your cup of tea. So this is your practice. We are restoring your body. Child's pose will give you that same level of rest and reset through your hips that down dog will. Again, if you are in down dog, be generous with your knees, with your heels. Be kind to your low body. If you feel like you need a deeper stretch, try and aim those heels for the ground. If you don't, keep them bent. Pedal them in, pedal them out. Ooh, find a little juice. Bring some fluid to your body. Press. And let's bring that left leg up. Thread it on through. We are going to come into that kneeling lunge thing. Again, pillow under the knee feels real good. Take all the time you need to set this up right. Make sure that your space still feels good, that you're still mentally centered on your mat. Connect with the bottom of your foot into the ground. What does it feel like? Maybe you're on carpet and it feels a little squishy. Maybe you are on hardwood floor or tile. You can feel the coolness from that tile flowing up through your mat. Connect with your base. Connect with the bottoms of your feet. And then begin to rise up. Coming into that warrior one, reaching tall, becoming expansive, growing taller through the top of your head. Again, if you want that deep hip stretch, maybe feel a little bit more through your quads. You can lean forward, hinge forward just a bit. Again, yogi's choice. You are in the driver's seat today, friends. Figure out what your body needs. This is your time to clue in, to become mindful where your body's at today, what it needs, what it's hungry for, and feed it. Give it the nourishment that it needs. Pausing here. Let's switch around and we're going to open up to warrior two. So opening up, turning your heart towards that right hip. I'm moving so that you can see as we open up into warrior two. So your heart is still turning towards that right hip there. Warrior two. Find some expansiveness through the chest, through that upper body. Roll the shoulders back and down as the top of the head reaches for the ceiling. Pause here. Bring it all out. Oh, it feels good to move. Again, feeling that chest as big as it can go. Maybe feeling the air press the back of your chest, that back, those back ribs. Feel them expand, create some more space within you. And let's bring everything forward, back through that warrior one. Oops, forgot, sorry. We are going to bring our attention over that left thumb. So gaze at your left thumb and then begin to draw a half rainbow up towards the sky with that left thumb. Reaching tall, once again, reach tall. Scrape the ceiling. You can't see my hand, so maybe I am scraping my ceiling. You never know, give you something to aim for. Grow taller. before you find that backwards stretch, you can just let that hand go, or you can go for the bind. Yogi's choice. Breathe here, find your peace, find your power, find a sense of calm, relaxation. Everything going on around you, in your body, maybe feeling just a little bit of stress, but your mind, man, you can control that. Bring everything back through Warrior 2 now. Give that video, give everybody who's practicing with us today one more big hug, open up the chest, and then bring it forward. Hands come to heart center. Now if that block is on the ground, you can grab that block, take a second to adjust. Make sure you're still feeling the floor underneath you, feeling solid, rooted, like you're not gonna tip over. Bring that block close to that left ankle. Hands come to heart center. Going for a twist. I'll see you on the other side. Bring that right hand down to the block or the floor. Left hand can rest on the hip. Each hip is different. Figure out how deep you want to go today. Or you can just wring it all the way out. Finding what feels okay for your body today. Then untwisting, unwinding, literally unwinding. Bring both hands down to those blocks in front of you or to the mat as you straighten that left leg for a very deep, beautiful hamstring stretch. Don't worry about the head, the neck, the upper body. Let it go, let it fall. Sigh it out. Bring some heat to those joints before we go into some very extended hip openers. It'll feel really good, I promise. Let it go. Feel yourself fall down towards the ground. Succumbing to gravity, oh, as good as this feels. Let's go ahead and find either child's pose or down dog. It's up to you, yogi's choice. I'm a down dog fan. I love it. It's my rest and reset pose. But if child's pose feels more restorative to you, go ahead and take that. This is your practice. Do what's right for your body. If you are in child's pose, maybe you bring that added pillow, that extra pillow in between the hips and the heels, so you have just a little bit more support. If you are in down dog, pedal the feet out. Feel that release through the hips, to the back of the legs. Oh, it feels so good. Continue to connect with what you're feeling right now in this moment. How do your hands feel on the floor? How does your breath feel? Wherever you're at, let's all meet together in a tabletop. So flat back, knees come to the floor. Maybe they come to that nice juicy pillow that's underneath you there. Find that flat back, release, flat. Reconnect with your breath. Maybe the heart's pumping just a little bit more by now. Oh, that's great. We love that. With those hips all warmed up, now let's come into a very supported pigeon pose. We're gonna bring that right knee forward as the left leg lengthens. So right knee comes forward, left leg lengthens. Now find those pillows and those blocks that you hopefully have. And go ahead and place either a block or a pillow underneath. Excuse me, that right hip. I like the block. Pillow might be a little bit more comfy. You can place that pillow or that block in front of you because your forehead, oh, it's gonna go there. We are gonna release and relax. Now this is your time. You've got plenty of time in this pose, so set it up right. If you need a little bit more support through the hips, go ahead and prop yourself up through the hips with whatever props you have available, those pillows or those blocks. If you can't come down to the ground quite so well, maybe you add another pillow in front of your forehead right there. Take a second to set up your pigeon pose, releasing towards the ground, letting it go. Now, if you don't have any props, if nothing is at your fingertips right now, you are also welcome to come down onto those forearms and maybe stack the fists one on top of another. And just rest your forehead on those fists. So our goal here is to feel a deep stretch through that right hip while at the same time feeling supported. So remember how I've tried to connect you with that ground underneath you? Thinking about what it feels like. Feel supported by the things that are holding you up. Ooh, food for thought there. You have a lot that is propping you up right now. The ground beneath you only being one of those things. Find a little bit of peace, a little serenity, dissolving into a little bit of quiet in just a moment. Gently, very mindfully, coming out of this pigeon pose and meeting together in child's pose. Remove whatever props you've been using. Go ahead and let those knees come back. Widen them out as wide as they need. And man, those pillows are there. Let's round ourselves over them. Release and relax into a very supported child's pose. Letting it go. And the head and the neck fall. And your hips gently release. Very slowly, with intention, coming back onto our hands and our knees, bringing whatever props you have with you. As we straighten that right leg and bring the left knee up for our supported pigeon. Again, prop yourself up with some blocks. Prop yourself up with some pillows, some blankets. Find a little bit of support in this deep, deep, deep pose. You should still feel a beautiful stretch through that hip. But it isn't quite painful. Man, if any of this is painful, probably should lay off just a little bit. Now, my rule of thumb for yoga poses is that if you pop out of it like a spring, or if you hear something in your body pop out of it, then you've gone too far. You should be able to hold things with a gentle, mindful ease. Dissolving now into that pigeon pose. Feeling the hips release and relax. to feel gravity take over. Chest expand, you release. Gently bring yourself back in to that hands and knees pose. If you've got props that are helping you out, go ahead and pop them off to the side there. We're going to come up onto our hands and knees. Ooh, feels real good. Widen those knees out just a little bit. Maybe the toes kiss in the back. We're going to scooch those fingertips forward. A little bit of a puppy dog pose here. So reaching the hands forward, this is a beautiful deep shoulder stretch. If it feels more restorative to bring those pillows under your chest, ooh, that can feel real nice. Go ahead and let the hips fall as you reach those arms forward. Feeling the shoulders begin to stretch and open. Now those hips in the back, they are not going to touch your heels. We are stretching out through the shoulders now. Feeling yourself release towards the mat, letting the head, the neck go, letting everything fall. Pause in here for just a moment to let your body reset. Give it the time that it needs. Invest in your shoulders, in your joints. Down the road, it is an investment that will pay off. Take this time for yourself, for your body, for your spirit. Everything back up now. Coming into that hands and knees position. If you've got props, go ahead and pop them off to the side. We're going to very gently let our hips fall to whatever side you choose. And we're going to come into a seated position. Moving into the center of your mat. Widen those feet out as wide as the mat. And let those toes scooch forward just a little bit. Pointing the toes out towards either side. I want you to thread your elbows on the insides of your thighs. And then bring those hands underneath your knees. As you wave hello. Letting the arms give you a little bit of torque. As you reach forward, letting the heart melt forward. Feeling a stretch through the hips, the shoulders, showing me your hands, reaching everything forward. If that head and neck wants to fall, ooh, let it fall. Let it be. Finding your pose. Maybe this is a little deep for you. Ease out just a little bit. The stretches should feel good, restorative, kind to your body. You are doing something good for yourself right now. Slowly bringing everything up. reaching those feet out, showing me the bottoms of your feet. I'm showing you mine, we can share. I'm pressing the feet forward. Let's bring the hands behind the knees and begin to inch forward into a forward fold. Now those pillows can feel real supportive here. If you want to rest your chest on one or maybe two pillows, turn to the side so you can see here, coming into a very supported forward fold. Again, feeling the neck, the head drape over the pillows. As you let the hands fall wherever they feel like falling on those legs. Maybe they are just resting on the knees. Maybe they're resting on the ankle. Let them rest wherever they need to. Feeling your chest press into those pillows. Feeling that center cavity of your body become a little more expansive. Holding that space within you, that capacity to do or be whatever your body needs it to be. Bringing your mind back into the moment. About what you're feeling underneath you. Bringing your attention maybe to the air on your skin. Thinking about how that feels. Feeling the breath as it comes in and out through your nose or your mouth. Noticing the sounds around you, but letting them go, letting them be. Very gently, taking all the time in the world, coming up now very slowly. Being mindful of that head and that neck. Feeling a little bit of fresh blood rush into your brain, hopefully not too much. You want to feel light but not lightheaded. Bringing those hands behind the knees now, placing the bottoms of the feet on the mat. Let's begin to slowly roll down, maybe squeezing a little back stretch into there. Ooh, not letting go of those backs of those knees quite yet, but oh, those shoulders, that back, they want the floor. They want to roll down. Round it out, stretch it out, and then let it go. Releasing onto the mat. Bring the right knee into the chest, giving it a nice little hug, and then letting the left knee join, letting it come in on the fun too. Giving them both a little hug. Threading our hands now in between our knees for happy baby pose. So threading those hands, those arms in between the knees. Do your best to grab either your ankles, the bottoms of your yoga pants, or maybe even the sides of your feet. This is where you can find a little movement or a little stillness. Maybe, if it feels good, bringing one foot up to the sky, then the other. Rocking it out through the hips, giving that low back a very loving massage. Telling it thank you for carrying you through your day, for helping you to keep up with all of the things that are on your to-do list. Showing showing your body a little bit of appreciation for everything that it does all day long that we just never really notice, never stop to appreciate. Bring those feet down now. Giving the knees a hug. Go ahead and plant the bottoms of the feet on the floor. If you have those pillows nearby, go ahead and place one right next to your left hip. Placing that pillow right next to your left hip, go ahead and let the knees fall over to the left. Releasing those thighs onto that pillow for a very, very, very gentle low back stretch. If you'd like to add a little bit, you can open up those arms towards the ceiling like you're giving the universe a huge hug, thanking it for the blessings that you have in your life, all of the bounty, the health, the happiness. Saying thank you for everything that you get to enjoy. And with that pillow there, feel your body melt, supported by the floor beneath you. Breathing in, filling the lungs, squeezing all the stale air out. Let's bring those knees back up towards the ceiling. And we're going to shift that pillow over to the right hip. And let it fall. Feeling that very gentle, very supported, very easy low back twist. Bringing the knees up, giving them one more nice, gentle hug, saying thank you for all they've done, and very gently reach them out, stretching the heels towards the front of your mat, feeling your back, your hips release. Moving through one more gentle stretch now. Let's bring that right knee up into the chest and then plant the bottom of the foot right next to your left knee. Feeling that foot connect with the ground beneath you. Feeling everything from your left heel all the way up to your left shoulder melts into the ground. Feel it solid and connected. One piece with the floor beneath you. And very gently open up that right knee for a lying or reclined tree pose. Notice that pillow is still there. Maybe those hips are kind of tight and you need to stack another pillow underneath that hip. That could feel pretty good. Go ahead and make what adjustments you need to. Opening up through those hips, feeling a supported, gentle tree. If you'd like to bring the arms into the equation for a little bit more of a chest opener, you can come into cactus arms, backs of the hands, resting in goalpost fashion on either side of your head, or option for a full body stretch here, reaching the hands above your head, crossing the thumbs as you extend from the fingertips to the toes. Feeling the breath flow through your body. Recharging your batteries. Giving you the power, the strength, the energy you need to do what you need to do. Gently bringing that knee back towards the ceiling now. Right knee points towards the sky. Go ahead and shift that pillow over towards that left hip. As you extend that right leg out, bringing the left knee in. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Planting that left foot, bottom of the left foot, planted right next to that right knee. And in your own time, gently opening up through that hip, letting that left knee fall onto the pillow. Feeling everything open through the hips. Maybe even a gentle stretch on the inner thigh. And again, option to bring the arms into the equation. Cactus arms, letting the backs of the hands rest and melt into the floor on either side of you. Or option for that full body stretch. Bringing the hands above your head, feeling the tips of the fingers reach above you as the tips of the toes pull in the opposite direction. Taking a moment to simply be right where you are. Feeling your mind, your body, your breath, your attention all centered on your yoga mat. Releasing the arms, if you have them above your head. You could gently use them to bring that knee back up towards the ceiling. So you stretch that heel long, bringing both feet towards the top of your mat. Feeling the feet fall open like pages of a book. Now here's where your pillow can really come in handy. If you would like, for final relaxation, for the meditation that we're moving into now, you can place that pillow underneath your head. Feeling the spine, the shoulders release into the ground. Backs of the hands fall next to the hips. Palms open up towards the ceiling. Bringing the attention back to the breath. Feeling the chest rise and fall. Noticing what the breath feels like as it enters through the tip of your nose. Maybe it feels warm, maybe cool. Following that breath with the attention down into the lungs, into the upper back, the stomach, just as a gentle observer. Be mindful of where the breath goes once it enters your body. Feeling that breath now expand through the upper back, the chest, the mid-back, the low back. Feeling it fill your body with fresh energy. With With your mind anchored on the breath, gently bring your attention to that third eye. Letting go of the breath, trusting that it will come in and out just as it's always done. Bringing that attention now to that space between your eyebrows. A place where you scrunch your forehead when you're concentrating, angry. Feel it release. As if someone has just dropped a piece of silk onto your forehead. Feeling that relaxing energy, that sense of release and calm flow through the sides of your head, down over your ears, into your jaw. Feeling your jaw release and relax. Draining any tension. Feeling that sense of calm flow through the back of your head. Cooling in that space where your spine meets your skull. Here. Then letting it continue to flow down over your shoulders, through your arms, through your elbows, forearms, and wrists. Feeling the backs of your hands release into the floor beneath you. Feeling that sense of calm pool in your upper back. Letting it swirl there for just a moment. And then feeling it flow through your mid-back, cascading down your chest, releasing through your low back and your hips. Feeling your thighs melt into the ground beneath you as that sense of calm continues to cascade over the fronts of your knees, the backs of your knees, flowing over your shins, your calves, sweeping down over the tops of your feet, finding your first toe, your big toe, letting it relax, releasing through your second toe, your third toe, fourth toe, and your pinky toe. Flowing down now through the bottoms of your feet into the ground beneath you. Basking in that sense of calm, sense of release, and the peace that you've created through your practice. Feeling it soak into every muscle and cell in your body. And gently bringing your attention back to the breath. Feeling that chest, that stomach rise and fall. Bringing in just a little bit more oxygen than you have before. Fill those lungs deeper with every inhale. Releasing the breath with every exhale. Bringing some slight organic movement now to the very tips of your fingers, tips of your toes. Feeling that movement slowly spread through your palms, your ankles, maybe your forearms, your wrists. Batting the eyes open, gently rolling onto your right side, pausing there for just a moment. Giving your body an opportunity to ease back into your day, taking with you all of the benefits of your practice. Gently using your hands to press yourself back up as we meet together in simple seated pose. Saying a quick thank you to your body for doing all of the amazing things it can do. Thank you for taking this time with me today. I hope it's left you feeling refreshed, restored, ready to face whatever you need to face today. Namaste.